Good morning. I know I'm too much. Good morning. It's still morning, right? Yeah, it's 9:30 Eastern Standard Time here in the South Florida. So, good morning, beautiful people. Let me turn this music down. I have a few words for you guys this morning. Just a few. Just a few. We're here for a short time, but we're here for a good time. So I don't know what might come out of my mouth today, this morning. I don't know what may come out of my mouth this morning, but what I want you to know that wherever you are, whatever it is that you're going through, I want you to know that it is temporary. Yes. The seasons, remember, seasons come, short period of time. And it seems like they're going to be here forever, but they're not. They're here for a very short time. So you need not worry. Okay? So I wanted to come in here and give you guys just a little bit of inspiration that inspired me where I just came back from London, and I have some stuff that I want to share with you guys and to remind you that the best person, if you're going to be anybody, sir, ma'am, if you're going to be somebody, anybody, please choose to be yourself. Don't try to copycat. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, because all you're doing is being second best. Second best. So I'm going to read something here, that a card that was given to me, and everybody over there, all the beautiful women over there got a card like this. And I wanted to read mine. My card says, I am calm. Can you guys see this? I am calm. It's a beautiful woman, right? And Women Changing the World, the beautiful team over there, gave these cards, had these cards on the table, and everybody got one. Everybody got their own. All the words, all the cards said something different. I am vulnerable. I am empowered. So this is my card. And I'm going to read what it says for you. Let's stop the music because I need you to listen to this. Okay. Calm carries a tranquil inner peace that helps you remain calm under pressure and in control of your emotions. Calm is clear and concise in your communications, always mindful with your words and your actions. Calm takes a moment to pause and think before it speaks, choosing kind and soothing words for you and everyone else that's around you. Calm is strong but bendable. It has bendable boundaries and likes to live a clutter-free life. Calm is a human superpower that brings creative flow, a strong, steady, centered serenity, the ability to become positively patient and to promptly deal with problems. Take time to reflect and learn to live in the moment of calm. And then it gives the 5 ways that you can become more calm, if that's something you're interested in. And here are the 5 ways I'm going to share with you. Practice self-care. Take time to pamper yourself. Number 2, practice mindfulness, breathing in and meditating. Practice yoga, stretching. Declutter your life, declutter your workspace, your office space, your home space, your room space. Declutter. Cut out multitasking because there is no such thing. Do one thing at a time and be fully focused on that task at hand. Can you take anything from any of that? Because your girl can take something from all of that. Something from all of that. So I don't know who that was for. I hope that it helped you because it definitely helped me. And I wanted to share it with you guys. So I wanted to come in here. This conversation is two parts. Again, it's short, but it's two parts. So I just came back from London, and Shayla, Dr. Shayla, and myself, we went up to London and we went to the Global Summit, the awards gala, the Woman Changing the World Global Summit Awards at the Park Hyatt in River Thames. Thames, yeah, I think that's what it's called. And it was a 2-3 day event. And from the minute I started leaving, if you guys, first of all, for those that have never traveled outside of the United States, I want you to know you're going into most of the times a new time zone, and the jet lag thing is a real thing. There's ways to combat it. Which I've learned, but it's a real thing. So if you're thinking that it's no big deal, look up the ways that you can combat being that jet lag and that time difference, because it's going to help a big difference. You're welcome. So I wanted to share that. So I wanted to share some things that was mentioned that I think that we can all benefit from, right? Any inspiration, the title of this conversation is, what are you going to do with your wild and beautiful life? One of the ladies over there at the event mentioned this, and I wanted to come in here and share that, some thoughts, some notes that I wrote down, and I wanted to kind of give back, because this is what I do. This is what I do. I don't keep the information to myself. I come out here and I share with you guys. I've been doing it for almost 2 or 3 years now on my podcast, A Glimpse of Growth. Welcome to it. Did I even say welcome? I don't even know if I did. Welcome, you guys. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to A Glimpse of Growth with Dr. Dale. I tell you, I can't even say blame it on the jet lag, right? Because it's been a couple of days now. So why can't I just get it together? Anyways, so I wanted to share twofold. I said, one, I'm going to talk about my masterclass that's coming up. Yeah, I know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I want my masterclass, and I want to talk about what I've learned over there, and I'm giving it to you in hopes that it probably does something for you, helps you in some way, So here's the first conversation, and I'm going to ask a couple of questions as well in tandem, right, to kind of help drive home this point. So your past does not determine your future. Do you believe that? You don't have to live according to how, because most of us, if we look back in our past, we can no doubt come up with one or two things that we would say that marked the rest of our lives, right? And sometimes people, to be honest with you, there's two state of minds that the human beings mostly live under, and that is in the past and the future, even though you're living in the present. The state of mind that the average human being is mostly thinking about is the future or the past. Thinking about what was, what could have been, what you regret, what you wish you did, that you wish you didn't. Thinking about what that person did, what you said. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. Thinking about that person that hurt you, that person that you were happy with. You're over there while you're here. And then the other state of being is that the other state that we're mostly in is the future. Thinking about, what you're going to get, what you're going to do, that trip you're going to go on, all of these things that you're thinking about, you're planning for, while you're in the present. So if the two state of mind that human beings, the average human being is in at all times is the past and the future, and you're living in the present, research shows that you are not living. Don't kill the messenger, you guys. I'm just here to report and to share things that I have learned myself because your girl likes to read. You are not actually living, meaning you're not living a meaningful life, right? Because think about it. If you're constantly up here, if you're constantly in the past or in the future, how present can you really be? How present can you really be? And sometimes, and think about it. Let's just put this example out here, right? This example, I've I've done this quite a few times. Think about the last meeting that you were in, whatever meeting, or the last conversation you were in, where you were talking to the person present physically, or the person was talking or sharing something in that meeting, but your mind was somewhere else. Where was your mind? You were thinking, you were somewhere else. Where were you? Thinking about that grocery you have to pick up, thinking about the kids, thinking about that project you have to work on, thinking about that schoolwork you have to finish, thinking about that car you have to go fix, whatever it is. Point is that you are not present. And that's why the card that I just read for what it is to be calm is, it said to practice mindfulness, and mindfulness is just present living. Present living. Like, be mindful, do breaths, in and out breath of just being present in this moment. Deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like deep breath, reminding you, because deep breath reminds you to be calm, reminds you that you're safe. It's telling your neuro that you're safe, you're okay. That's why you hear a lot of people talk about meditation and yoga and all this stuff, because it allows you to do that deep breathing. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm getting too psyched out with all this stuff that I like. The another thought was, women can control their own ventures, their own financial freedom, and their own choices. I think it was Sabrina Bestel that said that. So just like men, mostly people think that it's a man thing that they can control. No, you can take control of your own entire life. You can. Another thought here is, when you serve others, you heal. So if you ever thought about going out and giving back, or sharing, or doing something tangible, like what I'm doing right now is just paying it back forward, giving back what was given to me, especially if it was something of value, right? You want to make sure that you are paying it forward. Why? For me, it's one reason and one reason alone. I don't know if I'm going to need somebody. I don't know who I'm going to need. So I want to make sure I do and put out as much goodwill out there as possible. So that way it comes back to me, right? That karma, what goes around comes around. What you do unto others, others will do to you, right? That's what I want. That's what I'm aiming for. And granted, it's not perfect all the time, right? But the more good you put out, the more good you get back. I believe that. I don't know if that's something you believe, but I believe that. Here's another thought. The world needs more people who belong to themselves first. It's a good one, right? So let's kind of unwrap that just a little bit. Just a little bit. So the world needs more people who belong to themselves first. I know sometimes growing up or such as life, we want to be a part of groups. We want to be a part of associations, company, you know, you want this family member to like you, you want whatever it is, you want to be loved, you want to be appreciated, you want to be a part of a group, right? When kids are growing up, one of the worst things that little kids pick on each other is when they alienate you from the inner circle, right? Sometimes that happen at work as well. There's an inner circle of people and they keep you out so you feel left out. But there comes a certain kind of peace with those that are completely fine with understanding that belonging to yourself first is where the true freedom comes from. And that's self-awareness with emotional intelligence. Yeah, and that's all I'm going to say about that, because that's a little bit deep. It's a little bit deep for this conversation this morning. So here's a question that I want to share. In 10 years, or let's even say 5 years, in 5 years from today, what will you regret? What will you regret not having done? How do you want to be remembered? You go to funerals, people die, you go to their funeral, and then at the funeral services and stuff, everybody talk about the person, talk about the last time they talked to them. They talk about their experience with the person. They talk about how that person has helped them or how that person didn't help them. People talk about you. What are people going to say when you're no longer there? What are they going to say when you're no longer in the room? Do you care? Some people don't care. Some people don't care. What are they going to say about you? What is the legacy that you're leaving? Everything that we go through, we grow through. Everything in life, whether you choose to acknowledge it or not, whether you choose to learn from it or not, you're going to grow through it, or you're going to keep repeating the lesson. That lesson is not going anywhere, my friend, until you learn it. You got to learn the lesson. You got to learn the lesson. So learn the lesson. When we went to London, Dr. Chayla and myself and her daughter, we went with the idea, we're going to win something. We didn't know. And I said, oh, we have to win. We have to win. And we started like, praying and manifesting and joking. And Shayla was really worried about her daughter because she was like, I just hope my baby wins something. Oh man. And it was it came out to be much better than we have ever hoped. And even if, when I said to myself, we had this conversation like days before, like, even if we didn't win anything, just being in the room with those other women from all over, from Africa, from little small country place in India that barely anybody would even know because there's only a population of 80. Like, we had a woman over from at the location from there. It was, we have, so many people from Australia, from Europe, like all over. And it was just mind boggling because it was a lot of stimulation. I'll tell you that, because you're in a room full of women that are filled with emotions, and it was elation. It was so much going on. Um, at one point in time, I had to stop and like, oh my God, I got to take it all in because this is a lot. This is a lot. But to be in that room with these women from all walks of life, from professionally and ethically, and everybody just wanting to help, to be better, to give back, to support, to mentor, to guide. There were, speakers, and it was just so much going on. At one point in time, everyone, for me, when I go to events like that, and that was like kind of different for me because I've never been in an international setting like that with so much women from all over. But to see how sweet and open-minded and open-hearted and ready to connect, and I did not see one person sitting alone by themselves. Everybody was sitting at the table, talking to someone, connecting with someone. Everybody just like, what's your LinkedIn? And, how do I connect with you? And, what is it? How can I help? Your business, and how can I partner with you? And how can I collaborate with you? Like, that was the conversation from almost every single person in the room, because you only can get to so many people. You can only get to so many people, right? And at the end of the day, you have to come to realization that it's not about you. That the minute when my name was called, I realized right then and there. And when I walked up to the mic and I, got my award, my trophy, I realized that, which is why I mentioned my country, I mentioned Honduras, I mentioned my family, I mentioned my peeps, because I realized that minute that it wasn't about me. I was just a conduit. I'm just a vessel that is being used to get the message of emotional intelligence to the rest of the world. That's what I realized in that moment, that it wasn't all about me. And I know we tend to think that it is all about us, and we tend to carry on our day to day like it is all about us, but you are being used as a vessel to help impact millions, to help impact others, to help them tell their story, to help others see themselves, love themselves, cherish themselves, inspire themselves, so that they could go out and do the same. Because I guarantee you, I'll tell you this, I realize that there's so much more people out there that need hope than anything else. Hatred is easier to pass around, but hope, few and far in between. And when you do get it, research shows that kids kids that are in like elementary school, they hear a lot more negative than they do positive. And those negative interactions that they have at school, those experiences, those traumatic experience, they end up being kids taking that throughout their life, remembering those words, remembering. That's why you see now a lot of the celebrities, a lot of people, they're like, that teacher that didn't believe in me, that boss that said I would never amount to anything, my dad that said that I wasn't worth his time. You hear them saying all of this because that's what they remembered. That emotion, how they felt at that point in time when that person said what they said, that they wasn't worth their time. They remember that, and they took that through from their childhood to their adulthood, to their adolescente. I had to say it in Spanish because I couldn't remember it in English. And then, to your adult, to your maturity, to where you are today. And you remember that. I'm sure that you can talk to one or two people, anybody, you can talk to anybody, and they can tell you that one teacher, that one person, that one boss, that one friend that thought they were friend, that said something that negatively impacted their life. Some people use it as ammunition, right? And they're like, okay, you said I can't do this, well, I'm gonna go out and show you that I can, right? And then others, they don't. They actually believe what the person has said. They actually believe it for a period of time, and then somehow, some way, somebody else deposits positive words into their life. So I wanted to come in here and share that with you guys, and to tell you guys, there's nothing, all of it. I know that with everything that we're going through in life, we tend to want to pack on more information. I think we are in information overload at this point. Information overload with the hi Anita. Hi Don. I think at this point we are in information overload. You don't need more information. You don't need more knowledge. If you need it to be aware, because awareness brings transformation. Let's say that again. Information, we don't need more information, because information allows you to, more information, you can have the more information, but what you do with that. If you just leave it at information, you are doing nothing. You're going nowhere. Going nowhere. It's like you're pouring water into a bucket of holes. It's going nowhere. Thrown away. Wasted, right? So if you are just gathering information and leaving it where it's at, I'm challenging you to do better. You have to move from that information, that knowledge, that step one, to awareness, right? They say that when you know better, you do better. But you can't do better if you don't act accordingly. You have to pack it with actions. Pack it with action. So that's where transformation comes in, right? When you start, emotional intelligence is the ability to be able to use, understand, and manage. Understand it, use it, manage it. You don't have to be perfect at it. You just have to be someone that actually does it. That's all you have to be. You just have to be someone that actually does it, because there are a gazillion people out there that are not doing it. You just have to be someone that actually does it. So I challenge you to come to my masterclass. It's happening next week, Monday, I think, Monday, and sign up for it. And I'm going to let me put the link. I should put the link in here, right? Is it in here? Yes, it is. Yes, yes, it is. It's in here. So come sign up for my masterclass, because if you are still an employer, a leader that is out here still going through burnout, still losing people, because again, people leave, managers, right? They leave their bosses, not the company. If you're still having high turnover, if you're still having low engagement and the culture is, then you need to come to this masterclass. Yes, you do. You need to come to this masterclass. Okay. And there's one more thing I wanted to say to you guys. One more thing I wanted to say to you guys, that it's important that you be yourself. As you're going through life and you're going through the day in and day out of what to do and what not to do, and work and family and life, don't look at the external, look at the internal. That will make a difference. You don't need to put on new things. You need to change how you're responding inside. What's going on the inside of you? You don't want to, this is how you can tell. Sometimes you're trying to figure out, man, have I even changed? Am I doing better? Am I improving as a human being? You know, the smallest thing can kind of make that difference. You don't react the same way. This is how you can tell. You don't react the same way that you used to. Somebody says something, you used to get all hell bent, crazy, whatever. Now you chase closure. You chase forgiveness. You chase peace. People that ghosted you, you wanted to know why. You wanted answers when people ghosted you. You want answers when people ghost you. Any misunderstanding that would make you question your worth, you want to know why. So this is how you can tell that you are going more in than out. You are actually listening to how you are doing on the inside. Have you asked yourself? Because I guarantee you, if you ask yourself is going to give you an answer. Everything that you need to know about the person that is looking back at you in the mirror is inside of you. You just have to tap into it. I know sometimes we look outside of us, but we don't look inside. Everything that you need is already in here. Look at yourself today. You still feel things deeply. You still care, but your response is different. That's how you can tell if you are improving as a human being. And that's why I am in love with emotional intelligence, because it pushes you, it nudges you, it lovingly pulls you into seeing yourself, loving yourself. All the good, bad, not so good, bad parts, right? It's all in how you look at it. You look at it differently, and how you look at it will change. But you have to start somewhere. Remember at the beginning of this conversation, I said, please if you're going to be anybody, be yourself. Everybody else is already taken, and all you can do is be second best. And ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So this was just 30 minutes conversation, giving you guys a synopsis of my trip to London from at the Woman Changing the World Global Summit Award. And I will be back here probably later today to tell you about more about my masterclass is coming up. My masterclass is coming up. You need to sign up to my masterclass. So, yes, that's what this is. I'll put the link below. But until then, thank you so much. I'll see you guys later in the next conversation. Later.